Howdy folks, Brother Jim reporting here. Rashida Tlaib at Terror Tide Care event. We always said the Muslims are coming. I think we're here. It's been nearly 20 years since 9/11, she says. We were told it was Islamic jihadis were responsible, even though they're... Actually, this is not her speaking, but we were told there were Islamic jihadis were responsible, even though there is evidence that they either had help or had the door open for them in some way. Still, here we are. And in 2019, we are seeing Muslims elected to Congress, put on the bench and openly tied to designated terror groups, while pontificating about how pure as the wind-driven snow they are. In a recent event put on a designated terror group, Council on American Islamic Relations, Rashida Tlaib declared that they had always said the Muslims are coming, but now she is declaring they are here. Almost 200 years ago, the Marines who were formed to fight against Muslims at the shores of Tripoli. Now we are embracing the enemy. You can listen to the video. Not only did she acknowledge how Muslims are getting a foothold around the world in various governments, such as the UK, most of Europe, most of Africa, but praised the fact that they are in the United States Congress. Folks, this will be the Great Tribulation killing machine. This is God's will. This is God's will, and it's propagated through nasty Nancy Pelosi. I'm sorry, but after the last trump of Cyrus and the rapture happens, those who are left for the time of Jacob's trouble are going to see great persecution. And that persecution literally is death by beheading, as it says in Revelation 20 verse 4. They love not their lives unto death, Revelation 12 verse 11. Those who Satan came against, and the Antichrist in Revelation 12 verse 11. So you're seeing that rise. You're seeing the fact that the Democrat Party, who was inherently evil from the beginning, who brainwashed millions of people into believing that they were for your rights, were actually the total opposite. The right for a woman to smoke cigarettes and get cancer? Is that how that one works? Miss Virginia Slim, about 60 years ago, the commercial. The right to kill your baby? Is that a right? And to take away the rights of the baby? Cuckoo, huh? Well, see, it's called brainwashing over the decades for the masses. So here we have Islam. And it will reign over the world through the Antichrist. I do believe the Antichrist is going to probably call himself Allah. Oh yeah. But the one who created Islam in the first place was that whore. The city, Rome. The Roman Empire, who was the same Roman Empire that Paul talks about in the book of Romans. For Paul the Apostle, a Jew, was a Roman citizen. He says it himself. Right in the Bible, KJV. So, here we have it. That ugly red dragon and its deceived souls, lost souls out of the pit of hell, are going to be killing the Great Tribulation saints. Let's continue. More bad news. The ACLU sides with Trump and against major bill in Democratic Congress. Now, this makes perfect sense because the ACLU also supports NAMBLA, which stands for North American Men for Boys Love Association, meaning association that wants to make it legal for men to sodomize little boys. This has been going on for 20, 30 years if you didn't know it. Maybe 40. I don't know the exact date when NAMBLA started, but talk about wicked. unlikely alliances have formed in the wake of the Democratic-controlled House's attempt to pass H.R. 1, a legislative proposal to pass sweeping changes to campaign finance, lobbying, ethics, and voting regulations. Those include the American Civil Liberties Union, ACLU, which is siding with the Trump administration, and the most powerful Republican in Congress, Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell. Known as the For the People Act House debate. Now, this doesn't make a lot of sense because it says ACLU is siding with the Trump administration. And it says ACLU sides with Trump and against major bill. Okay, yeah, it makes sense. Known as the For People, a House debate began Wednesday for the H.R. 1. The bill contains changes to campaign finance, lobbying ethics, and voting regulations. It is expected to go to vote Friday. The ACLU took issue with several of the bill's provisions by letter March 1st to the House Rules Committee, citing concerns with the provisions that unconstitutionally infringe the freedoms of speech and association. Specifically, officials oppose the bill's Disclose Act section, which they say would mandate disclosure of the names and addresses of donors who gave $10,000 or more to organizations that engage in campaign-related disbursements, which includes electioneering, communications, and independent expenditures. Now, I can understand why Donald Trump is against this. Signed by the ACLU's National Political Director, Ronald Newman, the letter argued the disclosure rules would chill the speech of issue advocacy groups and nonprofits such as the ACLU, Planned Parenthood. See, Donald Trump wants free speech for everyone. Isn't that what the Constitution's all about? Right. But America only created just 20,000 jobs in February. Listen to this one. From Breitbart, the American economy added a paltry 20,000 jobs in February. The unemployment rate, though, ticked down to 3.8%. The government said Friday. Economists had expected 175,000 non-farm payroll growth and the unemployment rate to hold fall to at 3.9%. Now, we got an awful lot of new jobs. I think it was in January and February. I think in January it went all the way to over 300,000. Now we're a paltry 20,000. But unemployment rate was at 4.0% in January. Now we're down to 3.8%. Another report that Donald Trump wants to bring in a lot more immigrants, legal immigrants. I'm not sure if I have it here. There it is. Trump abandons America First reforms. We need some immigration to grow business profits. This is to help you understand what Trump is doing. Okay? He always said, I want legal immigrants. Okay? The fake news wanted, this is not fake news, this is Breitbart, but the fake news wants to blend the illegals with immigrants. Ahead of the 2020 presidential election, the President Trump is abandoning his prior America First legal immigration reforms to support increases of legal immigration levels in order to expand profits for businesses and corporations. You can't have businesses doing good if there's no one to hire people, right? Why would you want to create more jobs if you don't even have anyone who's trained to do the jobs, right? For the fourth time in about a month, Trump suggested increasing legal immigration levels, with the Apple CEO Tim Cook sitting next to him at the White House on Wednesday. Trump said that he not only wanted more legal immigration, but that companies needed an expansion of new arrivals to grow their business. We're going to have a lot of people coming into the country. We want a lot of people coming in, and we need it, Trump said. But not the ones across the border. The ones from S-hole countries. The ones that are not legal or educated. The ones that are working with the coyotes of rape and all kinds of terrible stuff is going on. The child trafficking ring. No. It's not a question of do we want more immigration. These folks are going to have to sort of not expand too much. And if we tell them these are very ambitious people around this table, speaking of the companies, like sodomite Apple CEO Tom Tim Cook. They don't like the concept of not expanding. We want to have the companies grow, and the only way they're going to grow is if we give them the workers. And the only way we're going to have the workers is to do exactly what we're doing. Now, this is a win-win-win-win situation, okay? We're making people like Tim Cook, CEO of Google. Is it Google or Apple? No, Apple. And happy, and many others are happy, right? Making them happy. Okay? Going to give them their workers. But at the same time, we're going to get that wall built. That's right. We're going to get rid of the scum coming across the border, you see. We're going to have more money, more bigger companies, more wealth, just like the prophecy of Donald Trump. I keep telling you. You see? But not only that, but this makes a liar out of fake news saying that he hates immigrants, doesn't it? Yes. The fake news has got their day coming. It's coming. It's coming one way or another. It's coming to America. Thank you for listening. May the Lord bless.
Hello there, my friends. Are you tired of trying to lose weight with diets of fruits and vegetables that leave you hungry with no energy and hardly no results? Wouldn't it be nice to know you can indulge in the foods you love and know that is what God created your body to eat in the first place? Well, I have the answer for you. The Shepherd's Diet. Folks, this is not what you think. This is the diet approved by yours truly, God Almighty. Yes, it is written in the King James Version Bible, and you must believe that God created you to be a fat-burning machine. Yes, folks, the global elites have lied to you for over 70 years, making you believe that to eat fat is to be fat, when actually it is completely the opposite. Yes, I have personal friends in the threads right now who can witness how they have had a huge weight loss while eating more calories. Tested and proven. This is a mind-blowing information that needs to be shared to everyone. So here's the diet in a nutshell. Eat as much good fats that you can to start your fat-burning machine that God created in you. Back off the sugars and carbs, and that's basically it. Yes, the 4 books included in your offer will give you the full biblical understanding of how God told you to eat fat in your diet through scriptures. And the best part is, you can support this channel and ministry while you make your life much more abundant, more pleasant to look at in the mirror, while giving a black eye to the global elites as you share the same information with anyone you come in contact with. Pick up your Shepherd's Diet 4-book combo today. Link is down below.